Take a guess. What percentage of Americans have at least $1 million to their name? 10%? 5%? No, only 3% of Americans ever becomes millionaires. And billionaires? Well, there's only 2,800 of them in the entire world. So, let's be real. The odds are stacked against you. You wake up every morning to the same alarm, the same routine. You dragged yourself out of bed. Another day at work, another paycheck, another cycle. At the end of the month, your salary comes in, but it never seems enough, does it? Your rent, your debt, your bills, they just keep coming. They never stop. It's like money leaves your hands even before you touch it. And then you tell yourself, I work hard, I save money, I should be okay. But yet, deep down, you feel it. A sinking thought, a voice whispering in your ears. Why does it feel like I'm getting nowhere? Then, you open your phone, you scroll through social media, and there they are, millionaires, billionaires, some younger than you are. A 19-year-old just bought a Lamborghini. A college dropout just made millions from trading stocks. A YouTuber, well, he just made in 1 month more than you will make in 10 years. It pisses you off. It doesn't make sense. They must have cheated the system. Well, they must have been born rich. Or maybe they just got lucky. And yeah, maybe they did. But most, well, they didn't. Because the truth is, you've been lied to. And if you're still trading your time for money, you've already lost the game. But what if I told you there was another way? What if I told you that wealth wasn't random but predictable? What if there was a formula to follow, one that was never taught to you? A formula that if you understand it can change everything. But here's the catch. Most people won't make it. Most people will never use it. They'll stay stuck, trapped in a system designed to keep them there. But if you're still here, if you are willing to unlearn everything you've been taught, if you refuse to accept that this is all there is, then stick around, because by the end of this video, you will never see money the same way again. Now, let's get into it. Since you were a kid, you've been taught a simple formula. Go to school, get a degree, get a stable job, work hard, and retire rich. It all sounds logical, doesn't it? It sounds safe, but let me ask you something. How many doctors, lawyers, and engineers, the so-called people with high-paying careers, are still drowning in debt? How many people in their 50s and 60s still worry about retirement, even after decades of hard work? How many honest, hardworking employees never escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle? So if this formula actually worked, why are so many people still broke? Because you were never taught how money actually works. Your school didn't teach you how to build wealth. It taught you how to be a good employee. Think about it. How much time did you actually spend in school learning how to manage money? How to invest, how to build assets that generate income? Zero. But you did learn algebra, right? You learned calculus, you learned Shakespeare. Now, why is that? Because the system isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to keep you compliant. It's designed to keep you obedient. The truth is, the rich don't follow the rules you were taught. They don't trade time for money. They don't rely on a single paycheck. And they definitely don't expect a 9-to-5 job to make them wealthy. So, if you're still following the old formula, you are playing the wrong game. But don't worry. By the time we're done, you will know exactly how the rich plays it. For most people, the idea of making money is simple. Get a job, work hard, get paid. The more hours you put in, the more money you make. And if you get promoted, you make even more money. Seems fair, right? Wrong. This is the equation you were given, that money equals salary from a job. And if your goal is to be comfortable, this might work. But if your goal is to be wealthy, the equation is garbage. Here's why. Your money is directly tied to your time, and time is the one thing you can never get back. So let's kind of break this down. If you earn, say, $25 an hour and work for 40 hours a week, you will make about $1,000 a week. That's about $52,000 in a year. Sounds decent, right? But after taxes, rent, bills, and daily expenses, how much is actually left? Now, let's say you work for 40 years. You make a little over $2 million in your lifetime. But here's the catch. That's before inflation, before unexpected medical bills, before life happens. And even if you somehow manage to save a portion of that money, would it be enough to retire? The brutal truth is, if you're only making money by trading time, you will never escape the cycle. You will never escape the rat race. And once time runs out, so does your money. That's why the wealthy never rely on a paycheck. They don't get rich by working more hours. They get rich because they follow a completely different equation. So if you want to build real wealth, you need to change the way you think about money. Well, if trading time isn't the way to get rich, then what is? Here's the real formula. Money is equal to value created multiplied by scale. That's it. Money isn't earned, it's created. And the more value you can provide to more people, the richer you become. Just think about it. Jeff Bezos didn't get rich because he worked 100 times harder than the average person. He got rich because Amazon solved a massive problem for millions of people: convenience. Elon Musk didn't become a billionaire or the richest man alive today because he clocked in and out of an office every day. He became a billionaire because he built companies that solve billion-dollar problems: electric cars, space travel, and renewable energy. Steve Jobs, well, he didn't trade hours for a paycheck. He created a product that billions of people wanted: the iPhone. So, if you're making $50,000 a year, it's not because you're lazy. It's because you are solving a $50,000 problem. If you want to make more money, you don't have to work harder. You just need to increase the value that you create. And if you want to make that money faster, you need to increase the scale. Remember the formula: value created multiplied by scale. Because when it comes to wealth, effort isn't the currency, value is. So stop chasing money and start solving problems. By now, you understand that money isn't just about working hard. It's about creating value at scale. But here's the thing: not all value is created equal. Let's say you're a barber and you charge $30 per haircut. If you work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, there's a hard limit to how much you can earn. Your income is capped by your time. But let's compare that to someone who owns a chain of barbershops. Instead of cutting hair themselves, they make money from dozens of barbers working for them. Their income isn't limited by time, it scales beyond time. And that is the difference between working in a system and owning the system. The key to building wealth isn't just value, it's leverage. Leverage is what allows you to multiply your efforts. This is what separates people who work for money from people who make money work for them. And there are 3 main types of leverage that the wealthy use. Number 1, people leverage, which means instead of doing all the work themselves, they hire employees, delegates, and build systems that generate money without their direct efforts. A CEO doesn't make millions by working alone. They do it by hiring smart people, building a team, and scaling a business. The second one is capital leverage. Wealthy people don't just earn money, they use money to make more money. They invest in stocks, crypto, businesses, and real estate. They use other people's money like bank loans, investors, venture capitalists, private equity to scale their wealth even faster. And finally, we have the media and technology leverage. This is the most powerful form of leverage today and is available to everybody, no matter how poor you think you are. Because a YouTuber can post one video and reach millions of people without extra effort. A software engineer can write code and sell it to an infinite number of people. With the internet, your ability to scale your income has never been greater. So, if you're still trading time for money, you are ignoring the biggest wealth building tool in history. The key to making millions isn't just working harder, it's using leverage to multiply your impact. Once you understand this, you'll never see money the same way again. But come to think of it, what's the point of all this? Why does it even matter? For most of you, it's never about the money. Think about it. You don't actually care about pieces of paper or numbers on a screen. What you care about is what that money gives you. It's not the $1 million you're after, it's what that $1 million represents. It represents freedom, the ability for you to wake up and decide what to do with your day. It represents security, never stressing about rent, debt, or medical bills again. It represents control, the power to spend your time with your family, travel the world, and live life on your own terms. That's what this has always been about. But right now, you are stuck in a cycle. Wake up, work, pay bills, and repeat. And if you don't change the equation, that cycle never ends. Look around. How many people do you know who spend their life working only to retire broke? How many people played it safe, followed all the rules, only to realize too late that our rules were rigged against them? The system was never designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you working, to keep the economy going. But now you know the truth. The rich don't chase money, they solve problems at scale. They use leverage to multiply their time. They build systems that generate wealth without them. And if you want to escape the system, you have to change the game. So now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? You can walk away from this video, go back to your usual life, and keep following the old rules, the one that keep you stuck in the cycle. You can keep trading your time for money, hoping that one day it all magically works out. Or you can do something different. If you've made it this far, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest financial lie you were taught growing up? Let me know in the comment below. And if you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.